So many guys are afraid of looking creepy to a woman, and I totally get it. In fact, most of the guys I coach say that they don't approach women because they're scared of being labeled as a creep or creepy or weird or whatever. Maybe you relate to that, maybe you don't, but if you do, then this video is for you, because in the next few minutes, I'm gonna show you what actually makes a woman think that you're creepy, and it's not what you think it is. I'm also gonna show you how to easily avoid this mistake anytime you see a woman that you want to meet. And it doesn't matter if it's at a bar or a social event or a coffee shop or a grocery store or the gym or anywhere else on earth. If you pay attention and do exactly what I say in this video, you will never come across as a creep to the women you want. So that said, let's dive in. My name is Marnie, and from here on out, I'm gonna be your very own personal wing girl, and every week, I'm gonna give you the no BS insider info about what women really want versus what they say they want, plus the most effective methods to win over any woman you like. So just hit that subscribe button now so that you never miss a video. So I'm gonna dive in big and reveal one huge social mistake that so many men are clueless to: walking around with bad or rough looking skin when instead they could be walking around with an oh so soft and clean face. Taking care of your skin is not just for women anymore. And that's why I am excited to tell you about today's video sponsor, Tiege Hanley. Tiege Hanley is one of the world's top skincare lines for men and will help you make sure your skin is clean, it's fresh, it's less wrinkly, and oh so kissable. Tiege Hanley has made taking care of your skin super easy by sending you boxes that come with everything you need to take care of your skin. They give you a daily face wash, they give you an exfoliant scrub, an AM and PM moisturizer. The AM has SPF 20. They even give you this cute little instruction card that tells you when to use it, how to use it, how much to use it. Makes it very easy. But you don't just have to take my word for it, because they have over 5,000 five-star reviews from customers around the globe. And because Tiege is sponsoring this video, they're offering you an amazing deal. So just click the link, the first link in the description, to get 40% off your skincare system and a free gift. Plus, as a member, you'll also get 20% off for life. By the way, you have 2 gifts to choose from that are valued at $20 each. So one is a silicone body scrubber, and you also have a nail and face grooming kit. So I've said this before, I prefer the scrubber because I love having like super soft skin all over my body. So don't wait any longer. Click the first link in the description to start your skincare journey today. So what makes a woman find a man creepy? I'm not going to talk about things like they use inappropriate language and overtly sexual behavior, meaning if you go up to a woman and say things like nice legs, toots, or nice butt, or you've got such a great ass, or I love your, just really inappropriate things, or you're very touchy and grabby with her from the start before she's attracted and comfortable to you, with you, you're obviously going to creep her out and probably get slapped or shouted at. These should be obvious things, okay? If you're on this channel, I'm sure you are smarter than that, so I don't have to go over all that stuff, but you know better than to do that stuff. So what I want to talk about here is a big social mistake that's far more subtle, but extremely common in men. A mistake that even the most well-meaning, intelligent guys make when they see a woman that they really like. So let me just paint a picture for you that's gonna properly illustrate what I'm talking about, and I'm almost certain you do this. Let's say you see a gorgeous woman in front of you and you really wanna go and talk to her, okay? If you're like most guys, chances are you're gonna feel nervous on the inside. That's totally normal. I would feel nervous doing that. However, if you're extremely nervous, one of 2 things might happen. The first scenario is that you just hover around this woman, trying to figure out what to say to her, debating it constantly in your head, and you think you got it, but you just can't think of anything. You're in her proximity. You might be sneaking glances at her, like looking over at her every few seconds. She might even have looked back once or twice at you, but you simply can't find the words to start a conversation. I know this has happened to you. The second scenario is that you actually go and talk to her, but you're visibly uncomfortable. Your voice is low and it's shaky, or you're unable to look her in the eyes. You might be fidgeting and unable to stand still. And there is this awkward energy behind everything that you say, right? Because you're overthinking it. You have a lot of pressure put onto you, and you're trying to achieve a desired outcome, which puts even more pressure. Now, the common thread tying these 2 scenarios together is this: in both of these cases, a woman will instantly flag you as creepy. And you want to know why? Because of something called emotional contagion. You see, a long time ago, scientists found that humans have a tendency to unconsciously mimic the emotions and emotional reactions of other people around us. Or, in simpler words, emotions can be contagious. So, for example, when you're around a person who's laughing out loud, you might start laughing or smiling when you notice them, right? Because you're around them and it's contagious. When you see someone who's yawning, you feel the urge to yawn. When you see someone who's extremely sad or even on the verge of tears, you may start to feel sad yourself for no obvious reason other than they're feeling sad too. This is all because of the contagious nature of our emotions, especially the more intense or impulsive ones. Now, the same thing applies when you're around a woman. When you're very nervous and hesitant around a woman, when you're in a strong state of discomfort, this state of discomfort gets passed onto her unconsciously, and she starts to feel uncomfortable in your presence. And she might label it as creepy, but it's discomfort. She can feel it in her gut that something is just off. Not necessarily with you, but something's just off. And that's when you get labeled as strange or weird or creepy or awkward or uncomfortable. So the bottom line is your discomfort and nervousness around her is what makes her uncomfortable around you. So it's not you exactly, anything about you. She doesn't know you, but it's your emotions. Which means if you want to avoid this, if you want to avoid making her uncomfortable with you, you need to find a way to relax yourself around her, okay? You need to reduce your anxiety and stop yourself from freaking out on the inside. You need to reduce your discomfort. Now, there are many ways to do that because you're like, easier said than done. I'm freaking nervous approaching her. So I'm gonna give you a simple tool today that I've shared with hundreds of thousands of guys in the past, and I've personally used it myself to lower my anxiety when speaking to big audiences. So if you do this one exactly as I explain, you'll start to radiate a more comfortable, relaxed vibe when approaching and speaking to women, and then become less creepy. And that will put her at ease and make her feel better about talking to you. Okay, so what is this magical tool? And it's not, thinking the audience is naked. It's announcing the elephant. Announcing the elephant means to call attention to the elephant in the room. It's to call out the thing that you're trying to hide, cover up, or resist that's making you anxious and causing discomfort. So, for example, if you're lurking around a woman, sneaking glances at her, but just can't think of anything to say, the elephant in the room is that you want to talk to her, but you don't know what to say, right? So in this case, announcing the elephant would look something like this. So you finally force yourself to walk up and talk to her, look at her with a smile on your face and tell her something like, I saw you from over there and you're really attractive, but my mind just went blank and I do not know what to say to you. And if you want to make it a little bit funny, you could even add something like this. I'm Michael, by the way, and I guess I am here to embarrass myself completely in front of you. So the moment you do that, two things are going to happen. First and foremost, you'll feel like a giant weight has been lifted off of your shoulders. She knows the secret. She knows the elephant. You'll feel that sigh of relief, and you'll feel much more at ease. Even though I know you think you won't, you will. But secondly, calling out the elephant like that and even going ahead and making fun of it only makes people like you more. And you probably want to know why. It's because it's so honest and authentic and genuine and raw and bold. And all of us love that in a person. It comes across as endearing and charming, and it almost builds this immediate sense of trust. You've revealed a secret right away. I remember when I used to do this on stage in front of large audiences. There were seminars and workshops that had hundreds, sometimes like thousands of people who would attend, which is intimidating, all expecting me to solve all of their issues with women on the spot and have all the answers to their questions, and that is a lot of pressure. And I got nervous, and when I first started doing these things, I was a nervous wreck. But instead of trying to hide that from the guys, I'd call it out and put it out in the open right away. So I'd walk on stage and I'd say something like this: I'm so nervous, there are so many of you, and I want to give you everything you need to be successful with women, but I feel a lot of pressure right now. And just like that, I would announce my elephant, I'd call out the fact that I'm nervous, and the moment I did that, I could feel that weight off of my shoulders, and I'd instantly feel more relaxed. I wasn't trying to cover up my anxiety or play it off as I was so freaking cool. I wasn't trying to pretend. I just called it out. I put it out there, and it worked every single time. It made me so much more comfortable and at ease in my body, and as I did it more, it became easier. And the guys in the audience would almost always smile or laugh when I did this and find this to be an endearing moment. And the best part is, you can do this anytime. If you're in conversation with a woman and suddenly your mind goes blank and you feel nervous, instead of hiding it, just put it out there in the open. Look her in the eyes and smile and say something like, wow, you are making me nervous right now. You're so gorgeous, right? You don't have to say it nervously, but you say it confidently. Or honestly, I don't even know how to respond to you because all I can think about is how sexy you are. Because that's the truth, right? You are overwhelmed by the fact that you're attracted to her and you're saying it to her with confidence. That line is gonna go over better than any smooth pickup line that you're ever going to learn. So if you're on a date and you're nervous to go for the kiss, instead of hiding it and overthinking it and hesitating to pull the trigger, announce it to her. You could say, something like this: you have no idea how much I want to kiss you right now. Because that's what's going on in your head. If you want to be more playful with it, you could say, what are you doing to me? I can't stop thinking about kissing you right now, okay? Announce the elephant. And remember, the more you resist a feeling like anxiety or nervousness, the more it persists, the bigger it becomes. And if it grows, women will mirror it unconsciously and start feeling uncomfortable and anxious around you. Announcing the elephant is the easiest way to dissolve these feelings and put yourself and her at ease. And I promise you that the moment you start using it, you will see women react more positively to you and feel more comfortable engaging with you. And of course, getting her to talk to you is just one piece of the puzzle, okay? If you'd like to know how to sexually escalate with a woman from scratch, meaning how to go from talking really friendly to flirting to taking things into a more physical direction, you can click the link in the description box below and check out my best-selling program all about flirting called the F Formula. The F Formula gives you a simple step-by-step breakdown of how to have a fun, flirty, engaging interaction with a woman that makes her heart race and gets her tingly all over her body. And it shows you exactly what to do to move things forward without making her uncomfortable or getting instantly rejected. So in other words, it is the A to Z roadmap for creating sexual connections with the women you want instead of just ending up as her friend. And the best part is, over 40,000 of my students have followed this exact formula to attract and date and sleep with amazing women of their choice. And there is no reason why it cannot do the same thing for you. So if you want to find out more about the F Formula, click the second link in the description box below. I've made a special video for you where I reveal what this formula is, how it works, how to use it, lines that you can use too. So you can see it right now if you want. And of course, thank you for watching this video today. I hope you found it useful. And as always, I'll see you again next week.